Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. There we are, back again with the Bybit live stream. How are you guys doing today? Good to see you. Welcome, everybody. My name is Derek. I'm the Bybit Web3 evangelist. And today we're going to talk about the Bitcoin Layer 2 in all ways about scalability. I see that we are here in the chat. Are we hyped up, guys? What do I see here? Only 750 likes. Guys, come on. This is not what I can expect from you. No jokes aside. Welcome today with this live stream. Today we're going to talk about the scalability with the Bitcoin Layer 2. I think we have all noticed in the past period about the Bitcoin Layer 2 and his massive increase there. We see the NFTs, we see the runes, we see the Bitcoin puppet. We have seen a lot there. So we're going to talk about that today. So that's going to be very interesting. So I'm going to take you away in how this live stream would look like. First, the agenda. We are going to talk about the Bitcoin Layer 2 ecosystem, why the Bitcoin Layer 2 is very important for us in scalability and in massive adoption for the Web3 space. We are going to talk together with Merlin Chain why it's going to be a massive player in the Bitcoin Layer 2. And we are going to give away some tokens and some NFTs worth of $15,000. So I'm not alone today. I think you might have noticed that in the banner. We also have some very interesting guests today. First guest who would like to introduce is Jeff. Jeff is the founder of Merlin Chain. Jeff, are you here with us?
Yeah. Hey, guys. Hi, Dirk. Really happy to be here and really happy to share more information, mechanism, and how and why is Bitcoin Layer 2 is going to be a huge deal in the future.
Cool. Thank you for being here, Jeff. And Jeff, for the people that are not familiar with you or who not maybe know you, can you give like a short introduction about yourself?
Yeah, so we're the team of Merlin Chain. We are actually, have been building here for a long time. From last year, we're building in Ordinals along with, Unisat, Magic Eden, all these great players. And we found Ordinals to be very interesting and lots of potential. And also, we're building, new protocols like BRC420. And then we start to build Merlin Chain, which is a EVM compatible layer 2 for Bitcoin. And we launched the testnet and mainnet in February this year. We have lots of DApps and users. Right now, we have all these great builders come here, users come here to trade. And so our slogan is, to make Bitcoin fun again. So we actually want users to have fun, to make some profits, to learn more about, smart contracts, learn more about, DApps, DeFi, and to enjoy this, great trend of all these Bitcoin assets like runes, BRC20, and all those NFTs.
Cool. Thank you for the introduction. Really looking forward to today. The next guest who would like to introduce is Lorenzo. Lorenzo, are you with us?
Sure. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. This is Lorenzo from Unisat.
Thank you, Lorenzo, for being with us today. So the same question that I asked to Jeff is also for you. Could you give us a short introduction on who you are and what you do?
Sure. I was previously a game developer and started exploring Bitcoin since 5 or 4 years ago. So we have some code accumulation. I'm actually a programmer earlier. And yeah, we have some code base and researches on Bitcoin. And last year, we actually found the opportunity to explore the ordinals and we had some marketplace, inscribing tools, wallets, for both ordinals and BRC20. And recently, as you have seen, the runes, we actually have support for runes in Unisat wallet and the marketplace. So it's kind of busy.
Mm-hmm. It is. All right. Thank you very much for the introduction, Lorenzo, and we will come back to you very soon.
Sure.
Also, we have with us today Alex Zhu, the Vice President of Kobo. Alex, are you with us?
Hi. This is Alex. Nice to see you, Dirk.
Hi, Alex. So, same question to you. Who are you and what do you do?
So Kobo is an institution company. So we started 6 years ago. We're doing custody business. We have like centralized custody. We also have MPC. And during this Bitcoin Layer 2 trends, we have lots of great company like Merlin to build their Bitcoin layer, Bitcoin bridge. And also recently we help a project called FBTC, which initiated by Mental and Anti-Alpha to build their own layer. And we're going to have a new token called FBTC, which will peg to Bitcoin. Yeah, Thank you.
Cool. Thank you for being with us today, Alex. Next person I would like to introduce might be a familiar face for some of you. Emily Bao from Bybit. Emily, are you with us?
Hello, everyone. It's Emily again. How are you? Yeah, so I'm Emily. So I've been working with Bybit for 2 years, and I've been in this crypto industry for 6 years. So in this run, I'm gonna all in Bybit Web3 because we want to get you rich. So look at my earring today. Yeah, get rich. Yeah.
Nice. Welcome, Emily. It's good to have you, and would love to hear your opinion about Bitcoin Layer 2 and everything that comes with that. So
Yeah, sure.
good to have you here. Cool. The next one, and this last but not least, of course, our media partner, Layman of O'Daily. Layman, how are you doing today?
Hi, everyone. I'm fine, okay.
How are you? So, for the people who are not familiar with you or maybe with O'Daily, could you give us like a short introduction on who you are and what do you do?
Okay. First, I'm very glad to join this. As a journalist with a focus on blockchain and cryptocurrency, I have been closely following the developments in the industry, especially in the area of blockchain, Bitcoin Layer 2 solutions and the BRC20 token standard. And O'Daily, as for O'Daily is a comprehensive blockchain and cryptocurrency news platform that provides readers with up-to-date information, in-depth analysis and expert opinions on the latest developments in the blockchain industry. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for being here with us, Layman. So for the people that are watching right now via the Bybit live stream, of course, you also can win something today with us. We have a prize pool, which is up to $15,000 in tokens and in NFTs. There are 2 ways to participate in the prize pool. The first giveaway would be the live stream pop quiz. As you know, with us, we are going to have 3 questions within the live stream, and you could answer them when they're coming like into the screen. You can answer the question in the chat, and then you stand a chance to share the prize pool. The other way to participate in the live stream is with the pop quiz. And I think if you scroll down right now here below, you see questions. You need to sign in into the live stream landing page, participate in the poll about Web3 and Bitcoin Layer 2, and then you stand a chance to share the prize pool of $15,000. So there are some terms and conditions. So only users who have a Bybit Web3 wallet will be eligible for this prize pool. If you don't have it, you can sign up for a Web3 wallet after the live stream, but you must sign up within 24 hours, and the winners will be notified with their email within 7 working days when the campaign ends. So it's a very important reminder. You need to say the answers in the live stream chat. So those are the two ways to participate in the live stream today. So that would be very interesting. So make sure that you keep an eye on the questions that are coming into the chat. So let's dive into the live stream. We have some very interesting things and takes today. I mean, we all have seen the Bitcoin layer 2 lately explode with hype and with NFTs mooning and with runes mooning and the Bitcoin puppet. So let's dive into it. First of all, I would like to start with O'Daly and with Emily. What do you guys think that Bitcoin layer 2 recently had such a huge demand and such a huge hype behind it? Could you maybe share with us your takes on this?
All right. As we all know, that Ethereum can handle most of the innovations built on layer 2 networks, but Bitcoin cannot. So making layer 2 more important for Bitcoin is more important for Bitcoin ecosystem. And as the ecosystem evolves, blockchain networks continually face challenges such as slow transaction speeds, high transaction fees, and low scalabilities. Consequently, we have witnessed the emergency of the solution like the Lightning networks, right? Is implemented within the Bitcoin system, bringing new possibilities to the Bitcoin ecosystem. The scalability solutions have given rise to several notable projects. However, most have faded into obscurity due to their inefficiency in meeting market demands. So as a representative store of value in the industry, Bitcoin's scalability has always been a focal point of attention. Its limited scalability, with the halving that occurs every 4 years, right? Constrains the value and the development of Bitcoin. In contrast to the Ethereum's robust growth, the need for Bitcoin scalability is urgent. As a result, Bitcoin Layer 2 solutions have surged in popularity recently as a means to address these challenges.
Thanks for your explanation. Emily, what do you think about the recent hype into the Bitcoin layer 2 ecosystem?
Okay, so I think before we jump into the Bitcoin layer 2, I want to share like some of my personal sharing and experience about the Bitcoin ecosystem first, because for a long time I'm personally a Bitcoin maxi, because that's the fundamental basic for this industry, right? And for a long time, like the Bitcoin is the only like proven mainstream the major currency that supports the whole network. Yeah, and also for let's say Alex from Kobo, actually the founder of Kobo is also the founder of F2Pool, the first Bitcoin mining pool in China. So like a lot of miners, a lot of builders that have made their contribution to this Bitcoin ecosystem for quite a long while. And suddenly from last year, the Ordinals the protocol launch made Bitcoin ecosystem looks differently. And like Jeff always said, make Bitcoin fun again. It looks more fun now. Yeah, there is memes that, okay, sell me this pen. It's Ordinals, right? So remember the ordinals have and bring all these possibilities to actually build something different on Bitcoin network and the ecosystem. And then we have not just the BRC20, not just the ordinals. We also have Bitcoin NFT, like say for example Bitcoin Puppet and all these other NFT collections. We also have BRC 420, like the NFTs, and we now like have the Ruin protocol launch on the same day happened with the Bitcoin halving. So like a lot of like possibilities, and the Bitcoin ecosystem looks like a lot more robust and interesting and fun now. And with the Bitcoin layer 2, actually first I heard this Bitcoin layer 2 theories. I thought, okay, it's just we're trying to like copy Ethereum or like this. But Jeff, Merlin Chain founder, like he always say, okay, Bitcoin layer 2 is the future and it's the near future. And I still remember, like the first time we met was in last year in November, and he was saying, okay, gonna build the Bitcoin layer 2, and I didn't expect he gonna do this so quickly. So yeah, I mean, like the reason why we saw like Bitcoin layer 2 ecosystem is so robust and so hype now, I think like most of the efforts and the contribution is made by the humble builders. And also Lorenzo from Unisys. Unisys is the Bitcoin wallet, like make this easy to access to the Bitcoin ecosystem and make it like so easy to take all these actions and interactions on Bitcoin system. So all this, the fundamentals and the infrastructure that is kind of ready to make sure that all the theories and all the things that we want to build on Bitcoin is possible. Not just BRC20, not just the BRC 420, not just the rings. Bitcoin layer 2s, everything is possible now. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing your insights. I see in the chat. So guys, if you are watching right now and you have some questions for all those Bitcoin experts that we have us with here today, make sure that you ask your question, because I see a very good question, and it is, will layer 2 reduce the transaction gas fee? Someone who wants to share?
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah. I was just trying to echo what Emily said. We have lots of protocols in Bitcoin. We have ordinals, we have BRC20, but we have lots of problems indexing of those tokens. And now we have ruins. Like someone said, ruins now is the future. So yeah, we have lots of these protocols, and that is very hard for layer 2 to do the indexing and bridging. We actually, announced we have the ruins bridging just one day after the ruins protocol came out in last Saturday, but it's still very like on the beta beta phase that can allow users to bridge over ruins tokens to trade here. And why do people trade here? Like this question asked, is because right now the slippage, the gas fee is much lower on layer 2. Just looking at the mempool, like right now, if you want to trade a token, if you want to trade Bitmap, it costs you like $80, $60, even $100 to trade one NFT, which that NFT can be possibly much lower than the gas fee itself. So that's why right now there are lots of collections are not having trading volume, because users are not going to buy a stuff and paying more gas fee than the stuff is value itself. But right now, if you trade Bitmaps, if you trade all these ordinals NFTs on Merlin Chain, it costs you like 20 cents, 15 cents, which is not magical, which is not, we're doing so great just because layer 2 has a lower gas fee than layer 1. And this will help all these collections to have a healthy trading volume. Because if people don't trade this collection, these tokens, these assets, it's not going to be good for this community and for this asset itself.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your take on that. Also, I was wondering, maybe Alex from Kobo, what is Bitcoin now? I think, do you still think it's a currency or a store of value or a smart contract platform? What is your opinion right now if you look at Bitcoin?
I think the base layer of Bitcoin will continue serving as a store of value due to the difficulties in major protocol upgrades, such as when you want to performing a hard fork, all major upgrades need approval by the core team. They are very conservative and then voted by miners. So usually it's taking about 2 years for an upgrade. However, I think the wider Bitcoin ecosystem is seeing incredible innovation. So with so much value stored in Bitcoin, there is a growing demand from holders to earn yields by bringing their BTC asset to other ecosystems. So I'm very optimistic about this innovative attempts to expand Bitcoin's functionalities. I believe Bitcoin's role will evolve from just being a store of value to becoming part of a more diversified ecosystem.
And if I can ask, when did you enter the crypto space? Like, which year was it when you first got introduced to Bitcoin, Alex?
For me, like 6 years ago, I think. Yeah.
And is your opinion changed when you first saw Bitcoin and you were researching the white paper compared to right now with all the developments that we have seen into the Bitcoin ecosystem?
I think it's changed a little, but from the basic side, it's still one of the most diversified, one of the most secure cryptocurrencies, still Bitcoin. So I think that is now changed. It's still the most security currencies. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Thank you for thank you for telling us, Lorenzo.
Hey.
I had a question in my mind, which I think a lot of people are wondering, because I can also read like on crypto Twitter that a lot of people are wondering, is Bitcoin layer 2 the biggest contender right now against the Ethereum layer 2?
Well, it's a very good question, and I believe a quick answer for this is probably yes and no. To some degrees, the Bitcoin layer 2 inherits some features, and actually the main features, the EVM from Ethereum, and that enables some features that Bitcoin as a blockchain doesn't provide. And I believe from this perspective, I believe the Ethereum system, it provides extra advantages against the existing feature set. I see that's a huge advantage. But on the contrary, you have to be careful about this, that the Bitcoin itself is generally a totally different things to Ethereum. It utilizes the UTXO model, which has the huge difference between these two. So I think a smart move here is probably adopt some features that could be actively working with the UTXO model to work better than on Ethereum, like a global machine. On Bitcoin, it's actually concurrency friendly, and probably everybody can manipulate their own UTXO. I think we haven't figured out how to do this more elegantly for our users. I will have an example here for the recent ruins, the mania, that a lot of people are hurrying. They want to mint, they want to mine, and they want to actually trade a lot for the ruins, but they don't know that it shares the same UTXO with the Bitcoin itself and other assets. So they made a lot of mistakes, and we debug. We did a lot of investigations to help our users to perform advanced operations to simply isolate their assets. I believe that the Bitcoin layer 2 gives the chance that, like Jeff mentioned, that people can actually bridge their assets onto L2 and using an ordinary way, like the Ethereum, like the matured practice on Ethereum. So it could simplify things. And to the service fee on layer 2, I will also add my 2 cents here. Since last year, we met Bitcoin mainnet congestion again and again in May, in November. I didn't expect that we have that congestion again this year, but it happens much more. Yeah. I hope that existing layer 2 for Bitcoin can at least mitigate the issue. I hope that we can have a better mainnet, and as the wallet provider, I hope that Unisat wallet can do a better job that help our users to bridge onto layer 2s and have the interoperability there. So yeah, as a summary, I think there are similarities and there are differences. We, as an infra provider, we have to be very careful about the difference. And we hope we can provide a more fluent experience.
Mm-hmm. Nice, nice. Thank you very much for explaining this to us. So we're going to deep dive more into the ecosystem, but right now I would all remind you guys who are watching right now, there is a pinned message here in the live stream chat, as you can see. If you want to participate in the giveaway, you need to make a Bybit Web3 wallet before 24 hours after the live stream. So make sure that you make a Web3 wallet, a Bybit Web3 wallet, so you'll be eligible for the giveaway. The giveaway, we have two giveaways. If you scroll down here below, I think I already explained it, but I would explain it one more time. We have 4 questions. Make sure that you participate in that quiz and have a Bybit Web3 wallet, then you will be eligible. The other giveaway would be the questions that get pinned in the live stream chat. I would come back to you that very soon, and you can stand a chance to share a $15,000 prize pool. So that's very interesting. What else? What else? I see we have some questions in the chat. Lorenzo, there is a question for you. Does Rune already capable to hold strong projects? I'm worried that it will affect Bitcoin mempool.
All right, the worry is very realistic. Currently, frankly speaking, I'm afraid that Ruins is still in very, very, very early stages. And that means that developers are working really hard to actually improve it. We see that there are many changes in recently releases, especially the 0.18.1 to 0.18.3. There is actually a very serious issue that divide by 0, so that it crashes the system. So unfortunately, it actually halts the internal service from you of the Unisys internal service that we have more than 1 hour that we cannot provide service, the marketplace service. It's actually a very serious problem, but that also demonstrates that it's growing fast, that all developers around it are building very rapidly. I think it has both sides, that people are eager to actually want to build more projects around it, and that stimulates itself to grow much more faster. And I think it's a healthy model around Ruins, although it's a limited model. But I think in the future it could be extended into actually a much more healthier one. But that also depends on the long-term vision of its creators. I think we are actually working well with the team, the Ordinals team. They are very experienced about what happens and what is going to happen, and we think we can have a much more close working model, so that we, as the infra provider, we can do a better job. That without letting the halt, the crash, the yield system happening again. We hope we can do better.
Yeah, I can understand. Thank you for sharing your insights on this. So I think it's time, guys, for the first giveaway. The first question, I'm very curious to you guys, if you could answer this. What technology is Kobo using to build the Bitcoin Layer 2 bridge? So once again, what technology is Kobo using to build the Bitcoin Layer 2 bridge? There will be 3 questions in total in this live chat. Once the question is raised on the screen, submit your answer in the live chat, and 3 participants who answer all 3 questions correctly will be randomly selected to receive a Kobo NFT each. So, Alex, talking about Kobo, I'm very curious to your take on this. I was reading something on crypto Twitter this morning, and it was like, if Bitcoin can challenge ETH, but the question is, should it be challenged Ethereum? What do you think of this? Should Bitcoin compete with Ethereum to challenge it, or what do you think of this?
First, do I need to answer the question about what technology we use to bridge?
No. Are we asking the people, and they can find out if they have won the giveaway after the chat. That's very good that you first asked me.
Okay,
So what do
okay.
you think? Should Bitcoin challenge Ethereum or not?
I think they are not really competitors. The user base have quite different risk profiles. So Ethereum folks, they start DeFi somewhere like 4 years ago, and they have like a higher risk appetite. Will Bitcoin holders, whether they are long-term whales or like new ETF buyers, they tend to be more conservative. So most of the time, they store their Bitcoin in their cold wallet, and I unlikely to jump into like Ethereum ecosystem. Yeah.
Cool, cool. Thank you for sharing this with us. Jeff, same question to you. Do you think right now with the Bitcoin layer 2 and with the Ethereum layer 2s that have been there, that they are like competing to each other, or do you think that those two can exist among each other?
Yes, I think right now it's not time for competition. I think like Merlin and all these other Bitcoin layer 2s, they are mostly using EVM mechanism for these layer 2s because that's we agree EVM is the most stable and have been challenged for billions of times. So that's why we trust EVM mechanism. And I think this is a good thing for Ethereum itself too, because like all these Bitcoin layer 2s are using this. That means we don't build different stuff, but we actually build on top of each other. That's the first thing. And I think right now Bitcoin users and holders have these needs. That's why we are building this, and that's why the ecosystem is booming. We have the needs to actually launch new assets by using Bitcoin. That is just for Ethereum before, but right now we can actually use this to have Runes tokens, to have BRC20, and also all these Bitcoin holders, they don't have native yields before. So if you are holding Ethereum or if you are holding a Bitcoin, in Ethereum, you can do lots of things with this. You can stake the Ethereum, you can restake it, and you can have all these yields in the bull market. But if you are having a Bitcoin in your wallet, the only thing you can do is hold. And when try to sell this when when the price is going high, and sell the Bitcoin, and then buy more when the price is low. So these users, if they can have a massive yields on this Bitcoin by holding them, that is needs for all these users, no matter you are a whale or you are just a retail Bitcoin user. So I think this is just beginning of Bitcoin ecosystem. Probably after 5 years, 4 years, we can look at this question and say, okay, does Bitcoin take some advantage of EVM solution, or is Ethereum going to be trying to compete with Bitcoin? But I mean, on the data side, sadly, I think Ethereum versus Bitcoin is going down for about a year. So I think the market probably see this in this way. But personally, I don't think we are doing competition right now.
Then I have another question that comes to my mind when I was thinking and I was researching all the Bitcoin layer 2s. I think we saw all the Ethereum layer 2s, correct me if I'm wrong, in the last bull market, right? When they were raising and they were getting more TVL and they were, getting user adoption. What's the reason that Bitcoin was always, and I think probably will always, the biggest asset in crypto, but still it's kind of late when it comes down to the layer 2 development from my perspective. Maybe like the development was already starting a couple of years ago, but it was not that trending, was not that hot. And so what do you think that is the reason right now that we seeing right now the massive adoption and the massive growth in the Bitcoin layer 2 ecosystem?
Yeah, I think the hard part, the reason we haven't seen this before is because we don't have smart contracts on Bitcoin layer 1. So when you bridge, when you stake, when you do whatever you want, basically we are talking about Bitcoin custody. So this Bitcoin has to be, stored in one address. And there's no smart contract to control this address. So that's why people, having lots of troubles to have a trust for this kind of custody solution. And that's why when they are building Bitcoin sidechains like Stacks, they are taking another approach. And the reason we're seeing more of that right now, I think, is because of ordinals. Because just like the ICO of Ethereum in 2017, users and all these projects, they are launching like tokens every day. They are having this hype for these new tokens. That's why, you know, there are more developers coming, VCs coming, exchanges coming, you know, to pump this hype, to having, you know, all these tokens. I mean, of course, there are bubbles there, but, you know, after this, there's gonna be something left, you know, from these builders, like Uniswap. You know, it's after the ICO, and people have the needs to trade tokens on chain easily. So that's why, you know, after Ordinals, all these projects, layer 2s, whatever, they coming to launch their tokens, to trying to find a way to secure these assets, to having utilities for the users. So I think this is because of Ordinals. But still, when we are talking about Bitcoin layer 2s, the problems is still there. You know, there's no smart contract on Bitcoin layer 1. So there's a lot of, you know, safety issues. There's a lot of, you know, staking custody issues with Bitcoin on native, you know, on the native chain of Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Thank you for explaining us this. Emily, our Bitcoin and Maxi here at Bybit. Question for you. I saw some comments in the chat that it can be complicated to explain to someone what is Bitcoin layer 2. So could you maybe give us your opinion or like your story? How would you explain Bitcoin layer 2 to people, to someone who is not that advanced in crypto?
Okay, I think like to truly understand like a technology terminology is by trying it, actually participate in running chain, right? Trying to do a swap or bridge to the chains and trying out what's the difference between the Bitcoin and the Bitcoin layer 2, and what's the difference between the Ethereum layer 2s. Yeah. So personally for me, I think it's also like kind of like answer the question that you just asked. Is Bitcoin layer 2 compete with Ethereum layer 2? So I think there is nothing they're gonna compete for, right? So what are they competing for? Yeah, I mean, I think it's just building this the whole ecosystem and the whole industry together. Yeah, and also now I saw the trend is like bridging the Bitcoin or the other assets to the other ecosystem. Let's say, for example, not like EVM compatible, like say also for Solana, for example, what Joe's protocol is doing, right? So all this just to trying help to build the Bitcoin ecosystem rather than a Bitcoin layer 2 is trying to compete or take over the Ethereum layer 2 in terms of the users or the assets or the thing. Yeah. So back to that question. So Bitcoin layer 2 solution, I think is is a project that address scalability and transaction speed limitations on the blockchain, Bitcoin blockchain. So basically, the rationale behind this is similar to what Ethereum layer 2 is trying to solve or address. Yeah, I think it's just solve the same problem but with different approaches.
Cool. Thank you for explaining this. Quick reminder, guys, for you guys in the chat, you can still participate in the quiz here down below to stand a chance to win the Kobo NFTs. And also, there's a question pinned in the chat, as you can see. And the first question is, what technology is Kobo using to build the Bitcoin layer 2 bridge, as Emily just mentioned? And I see that you guys are participating in the quiz, so that's very good to see. Watch out for the next 2 questions upcoming very soon. So Lorenzo, also question to you. What are the main challenges that the Bitcoin ecosystem is facing right now, in your opinion?
Well, there are many challenges that Unisat, because we have a few more products than we initiated the project. We didn't anticipate that we are building a wallet, a scribing tool, a marketplace for different protocols. I think that adds a lot of complexities inside the services. And also for the Bitcoin layer 2, the new coming ones this year, I think it will add dramatically a lot of complexities into the system. I think that's the main challenge. How shall we deal with these complexities? Shall we expose it to our users to some degrees, to some extents, or shall we hide them smartly? But in that way, we should be really careful that if users don't know the details, they may not know the underlying consequence about what they are doing. So it's actually a very complicated question. For us, I will take an example for this. At the initial days of BRC20, we were trying to hide the transfer inscription minting. We want to hide the complexity and deliver a simpler transfer BRC20 functionality. But the user complains about this. It's totally different to existing protocols. Why are you hiding this to us? And the hiding is actually not perfect. It's not atomical. It's not atomic operation. So it doesn't work. So we choose to expose some part of the complexity to our user, and they feel good about this. They feel like that they know how the technology works in a simpler way. I think that's a smart move for us, and it let the Unisat wallet gains a lot of users on this. And this year we are going to provide for example, expert mode, which allows user to manipulate the UTXO set on their own if they enable the advanced mode. To do that very carefully with our issue detector, with a smart detector to allow them to choose UTXO manually and trying to split, merge different assets. I think that would be very dangerous for users, but that would be very helpful in some scenarios. That's the only thing you can expect from a wallet provider. If there isn't such a functionality, if people are going to write Python script and they need to learn Python first, so that would be terrible for them. So to some degrees, we hope we can provide more functionalities and probably reduce some complexity in a smart way. We hope we can achieve this. And for the Bitcoin layer 2s, oh God, they are moving so fast, and we didn't figure out how to support so many different layer 2s in our infrastructure with actually a compatible way and simpler way. We are here to do more research, to learn the similarities and the differences, and we are trying to figure out how to build our infrastructure to actually support different, fundamentally different architectures. So I hope we can do this year.
Thank you for sharing. Right now I can announce the second question, and please, if you participate in the quiz, make sure that you answer all 3 questions. Second question is a little bit of a price prediction, and I'm really curious what you guys are aiming for. What do you think that the price will be of the Merle token from Merlin chain at the end of 2024? I'm seeing right now it's tradable on Bybit, and it's at 78 cents. Yes, 78 cents, 0.2. What do you guys think that the price of the Merle token will be at the end of 2024? Please share your price predictions with us in the chats and stand a chance to win a Kobo NFT. Speaking about Kobo, Alex, how does Kobo face the challenges of the development of the Bitcoin layer 2 ecosystem, and how do you guys think or hope to solve these challenges?
Yeah, we believe the most critical challenge is securely storing Bitcoin on layer 1 and bridging this asset to the emergent layer 2 chains. So we have a technology called MPC, multi-party computation co-management solutions. So these solutions can mitigate external threats through multi-signature transactions that require multiple independent private key shards. So as a co-manager, Kobo ensures that transaction reflects the true intent of the project, guarding against the malicious actions and hacking attempts. The solutions also support customized risk control policies, such as withdrawal limits and frequency restrictions. As I said, Merlin Chain is one of our customers, and also we recently support a project called FBTC. So we hope we can solve this critical question first, and then for the yield part, I think there are lots of very talented projects and developer already have some solutions. So that's not our strength. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for answering this question. I just checked for the Kobo NFT. I saw that the price right now is 0.07 BTC. So if you want to stand a chance to win 0.0 BTC worth of Kobo NFT, make sure you participate in the quiz. Another good question, guys. I'm wondering. Yes,
I
Alex?
just want to clarify. It's not Kobo NFT. It's just a rare set. So it's not issued by us. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. I was wondering, maybe some of you guys can answer this question. Why do you guys think that Rune increased the income of the BTC miners? It's a question I can see in the chat.
I can answer this question.
Please.
Actually, on Bitcoin, since last year, there are many protocols that occurred, and a lot of them that are having very active communities. The community built a lot inscriptions, much more than we thought, much more than we expected. And all of this, if they are trying to go to the same block, that they're going to try to pay much more higher fee than we thought. The latest example is Runes. I never see such a crowd mempool that everybody is trying to get into next block. Never see.
Yeah.
For more than 10 years, I didn't see this happen. I thought when last year, when the BRC20 is launched, actually the fee is much high, but I really didn't anticipate that this is a 3 times crazy than last year. So yeah, and I believe that miners are happy with this, and much more they want to see a continuous fee on Bitcoin mainnet. It should be a healthy model to have a continuous model for the protocol to grow, and like the questions earlier, more applications or more strong projects around it. But that would require a lot of work, tons of works to do for core developers of Ordinals, KC, and for Unisat wallet, we can do a lot of work to support from wallet level. And for infrastructure, we have to figure out is there any more compact data layout and data structure we have, and more optimized. There are tons of work to go to make sure the protocol is matured enough for strong projects. But for strong projects, the also not only the functionality matters, but also the scalability matters. We also hope we can actually solve the complexity and provide a fluent transition from mainnet to so many layer 2s, so that the scalability issues could be solved to some degrees. We hope in a perfect world we can do this very fast, but yeah, there are tons of works to do.
Thanks for answering this question. Jeff, talking about Merlin chain and all the challenges that we just mentioned here in the live stream with the Bitcoin layer 2 ecosystem. How do you guys try to solve the issues that we are seeing right now, with the massive adoption coming up, with the transaction speed, with the cost of transactions, with the miners? How do you guys try to solve the issues that are around right now on the Bitcoin layer 2?
Yes, technically speaking, the transaction speed and the cost is going to be much better than layer 1. That's of course, but the challenging part is actually, first bridging. It's going to be very hard to identify the assets users are bridging to layer 2s, and I think Merlin right now is the only Bitcoin layer 2 that can bridge in and bridge out BRC20. Can bridging, Runes and Ordinals and NFTs. So this is going to be very hard. And of course, we are doing this with Kobo. So, thank you guys for helping us to do to accomplish that. And also about the security issues, the Bitcoin assets on layer 1, it's very hard to secure them with smart contracts. So that's why, we're working with Kobo, we are working with Anti-Alpha, we are working with Fireblocks, we're working with all these, well-known companies, safety companies, to make sure users' assets are safe. And on layer 2, I think educating the users is the most important thing, because we know many users from Bitcoin ecosystems, they have never used MetaMask before. When you're using Unisat, when there's asset coming, you can see the asset in Unisat. And with MetaMask, you have to input the token contract to see these assets. So users are saying, oh, like why is MetaMask so bad? Like, I cannot see my tokens. Did somebody steal my tokens? And because they're using Unisat, they see all these tokens. So like, we have to face these kind of questions every day. We have to educate the users in the market, how to provide LP for the DEX, how to trade them, what is a smart contract, and also we are trying to educate the users from Ethereum, from Solana, what is the philosophy behind this asset, what is ruins, what is BRC20, and I think bridging the gap between Ethereum and Bitcoin is our goal. And it was very tough, it was very tough, and we spent a lot of time, we try very hard. So I think we will keep doing that, and we will keep uplifting our performance, lowering down the gas fees, and having more TPS on Merlin chain. But yeah, it's a long journey, and we have lots of unexpected challenges in the future, of course, but we keep building that.
Yeah, I think you just marked like a very good point in crypto, and maybe for us it's more normal since we all, I think, a little bit more advanced in crypto. But for example, I can still remember when some friends of me or family of me, tried to trade on chain for the first time, and my tokens disappeared. They're not in my MetaMask. Where are they? It's a very common thing. So that's like a point of view that, if I speak for myself, I sometimes forget that for the just entered user in crypto, it's quite complicated to find a way into, how to LP, how to trade, how to swap, how to buy NFTs, all the things. And I think education in that is one of the most important things for that.
Yeah, just imagine how hard to educate your family members, and imagine us educating 2 million users on Merlin chain. It's very hard.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's a very important point that if we want massive adoption, if we want user adoption, we need to make sure that we are starting with education, because otherwise other people wouldn't send the ecosystems from all different chains. So it's a very good point there.
I think, speaking of this, I think I can ask a question to the experts here on behalf of the users. So like you just mentioned, like say for example, Merlin chain, you collaborate with Kobo, with Fireblocks, to secure the assets safety on the chain and also on behalf of users. But those are more like say institutional grade solution. Like say for example, for the users like who want to participate all these on-chain activities on the Bitcoin ecosystem, do we have any tools or like say data analyzing tools like you recommend to the users like who want to get a little bit of knowledge about how to safely secure my Bitcoin and how to check the data online, how to transfer and bridge my assets safely. Maybe this question addressed to Alex, Lorenzo, and Jeff.
I got first. So I think I'm more like old school. So I'm still waiting for the support from the hard wallet, hardware wallet. So so right now, if the customer really concerned about the security of all this new layer 2 or concern about the technologies, I think right now, if you really concern a lot, you can still put your money in hardware wallets and waiting for the technology more maturity. But if you have ability to read the code by yourself, if you can figure out, if you know how to figure out all the risk in the middle, you can participate some big projects already like have like a very big ecosystem and know what's you exit from the dangers when happens. then you can participate. Yeah.
For me, there are actually some practices I can provide some tips for our users. That the simpler one is the isolation. I think isolation is good, especially for different protocols, for different layer 2s, for different assets, kind of assets. I think if you are not sure whether you can put them together, you just isolate them in different addresses so they don't affect each other. I think it's very simple, and it can prevent a lot of issues that probably you will going to meet. I think the isolation, just remember to isolate your assets if you are not sure. And after the protocol is matured, BRC20, Ruins, Atomicals, or other protocols, they are matured. The infrastructure developers and the wallet developers, they are going to figure out how to help you to split, merge, or do some advanced operations against them. So a simple principle is just isolate from different environments, different protocols. That's from us. And also about the hardware support from Unisat, we are going to deliver it next month. It should be last month. It should be last month, but when we found the complexity of ruins, we have to give up to deliver them at once together. we actually are working closely with Keystone, the hardware wallet provider, and they have the code. They and us are working together to have the code change, and we review together, we audit together. We hope we can deliver it soon.
Yes, I think Lorenzo and Alex, talking about great points about, diversify, the risks. And I would add here is, to have your Bitcoin in multiple chains or places. Like if you are trying to sell them, probably if you have, them on the CX, on Bybit, is a good, having good liquidity to sell them. But of course, you need to deploy some Bitcoin, on layer 1 and of course on layer 2s. So if someday, there's a huge alpha happening there and you don't have the assets there to purchase them on the first second, when you try to, transfer them, bridging them, getting them out of your, CX wallets, probably, the chances it's just gone. So, having your valuable assets in cold wallets on CX, and also having them on layer 1, on layer 1, in Unisat, and of course on layer 2 on Merlin chain.
Sorry, a few more words here. I hope that everyone can use small amount to experiment first. No matter what you are going to do, you can just use a very small amount to do that first, and then use a larger amount. That I think it's easy, but sometimes even myself forget it.
Mm-hmm.
We get FOMO. Yeah.
Yeah. We get FOMO. So Layman, we talked about like the whole the problems and the challenges that we've seen. Where do you think that we are going with the Bitcoin layer 2 ecosystem? What do you see? Let me specify this question. Where do you see that the Bitcoin layer 2 ecosystem is within 4 years?
The Bitcoin layer 2, right?
Yeah.
I think the Bitcoin layer 2 have great importance on the network, benefits a lot for the Bitcoin networks, as the scalability solutions giving a rise to several notable projects, and as a result, Bitcoin layer 2 solution have surged. as a representative store of value in the industry, Bitcoin's scalabilities has always been a focal point of attention. Its limited scalabilities, coupled with halving that occurs every 4 years, constrains the value and the development of Bitcoin. In contrast to Ethereum's robust growth, the need for Bitcoin scalability is urgent. As a result, Bitcoin Layer 2 solutions have surged in popularity recently as a means to address these challenges. So I think the Bitcoin, that's why Bitcoin is important to the Bitcoin network. And yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Emily, any takes on this?
Okay, well, we just finished the Bitcoin happening this time, and we are just projecting the next 4 years. It's a bit hard for me because well, but for Bitcoin Layer 2, I'm not sure how it's gonna look like with the next 4 years. But I can see in the next 4 months at least, it is a game changer. It would be definitely a game changer. Merlin Chain already demonstrate a strong capability to quickly roll out a new technology and launch it like so successfully. I'm not gonna mention the data, Jeff, all the things, so I'm not gonna mention the data or anything. And now we saw like a lot of like the other layer 2s coming out, and they are also trying to use different approaches to attract the new users, and also trying to get everybody happy for this the new narrative. So I think for the next 4 months, we will see more and more new layer 2 projects launch, and we will see like maybe this is I don't think this is the the perfect layer 2 Bitcoin layer 2 solution, but within the next 4 months, I think that we're gonna change. We're gonna see a new version of Bitcoin layer 2. Yeah, I think this is very possible and very promising.
Cool. Thank you for asking. Thank you for explaining to us. Last question. I would like to wrap it up for everyone. Where do you guys think we are going? Is it just hype, or is there really like the inscriptions and the runes and everything that's happening right now on the Bitcoin layer 2? Is it here to stay, or do you guys think it's just hype? I'm very curious about this opinion.
Yeah, I guess everybody here would not think it's just a hype. I mean, it's a hype, of course. It's a bubble, like that's the financial market. And when you go back to 2017 with all these Ethereum, ERC20 tokens, 99% of them are just disappeared like by now. But this is progress. To have these tokens, to have these protocols on Bitcoin layer 1, that is progress. And by having this progress, we'll of course face bubbles. We'll face lots of hypes in the ecosystems. But what stays matters. So what kind of infrastructure can actually stay? What kind of tools or dApps can actually bring values to these Bitcoin holders matters. So I mean, if you're just looking at bubble and hype, probably you're just traders here. But for us, we look at what will eventually stay this year and next year and in the next 3 to 5 years. And to me, I think this is a great opportunity for the Bitcoin holders. Like I think Bitcoin community is never happier than before, because before in the bull market you see all this Ethereum, Solana ecosystems builders having parties. I mean, not real parties, but having on-chain parties with all these dApps and tokens every day. But in the Bitcoin ecosystems, you can only open Coinbase and open Bybit to look at the price and turn off the window and go back to sleep. So I think the Bitcoin ecosystem is going to have the party here, and whatever stays for the future, I think that's what matters.
Cool. Alex?
Agree with Jeff. I think there's something very some value can last long, and also I think after some times when we solve the security problem of how to bridge assets, and also with great projects like Babylon can like have some native yield or some CDFI projects like Bybit or some good ecosystem project like Merlin, then this ecosystem will have this like native yields, and then there will be very booming and have like some native Bitcoin assets and strategies and some new like Bitcoin LST, LRT, and more Bitcoin NFTs. So we're really looking forward for all these new things coming in maybe just next few months. Yeah.
Thanks. Lorenzo?
I agree with Jeff said and Alex said. They actually said about what I want to talk about, but I want to say that we are really fortunate on this. Protocols can come and go. Last year we saw a lot of protocols, more than 100, and and I bet we will see more in the future. In next few years, they can come and go, and the best will stay. And I think we are very fortunate to have both Ethereum and Bitcoin. Bitcoin can learn from Ethereum, definitely, and for each other, I think they can learn, and we get the opportunity to do that, to learn. And for BRC20, it has Ruins as an opponent to learn, to grow, to evolve. And for Ruins, it also has this opponent probably in the future, or probably as BRC20. I think we are fortunate to have both. In a much simpler world, we have only one chain, Bitcoin, only one asset, Bitcoin. I think it's terrible. I think we need the diversity. It adds more difficulties to our life, add more complexities, but I think that's the beauty of life. And we encourage that. We actually, as the wallet provider and infra provider, we have a lot of bugs than a simpler world, but that's what we want. We want to face challenges.
Yes. Thank you, Lorenzo. I see that we are ready for the third and the last question during this live stream. The third question is, what is your guys' favorite BRC20 collection that is listed on Unisat marketplace? Share your collection, share your insights, share what you think, and stand a chance to participate in the $15,000 USD giveaway. But make sure that you have the Web3, that you have the Bybit Web3 wallet. There is a link that is pinned in the chat as well to sign up for the Bybit Web3 wallet. So, Emily, maybe a take from you on the challenges and on the things that you saw. I saw that you were smiling. I was wondering, what do you think?
The challenges we're gonna solve.
Yeah, just what the other guys also have mentioned about. Yeah.
Okay, I think for now, like I still think like Bitcoin, like say ordinals or ruins, all these new terms is a little bit hard or unfamiliar to the majority users, even on Bybit. Because even though we have like 26 million users on Bybit, but most of them are traders. So they're not very actively engaging with these crypto native narratives or these activities. So I think at this stage it's still very early. We are trying to educate and influence all these traders and users to understand and get to involved with all these activities and the new things that happening in this space. Yeah, like in this bull run, there are so many the new narratives came out, and we want to provide a very like easy and secure platform, like all-in-one platform for the new users who want to join the crypto spaces. So I think that's one of the challenges like most newcomers are facing. And I think we are all here to solve this problem. Like for example, Unisat, we integrate with Unisat's ordinal marketplace, and then we can certainly provide the ordinals and the BRC20, all this the transfer and the deploy and mint all these functionalities to the users. And also we collaborate with Merlin Chain, so the users can enjoy and try out and maybe do their first Bitcoin layer 2 transaction and bridge through Bybit Web3. And also we have Kobo as the infrastructure and the custody provider to secure the on-chain assets safety. So I think we are all come here to solve the problem to all the new users, basically. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Thank you for your insights. I'm very curious to see, where we're going with Bybit Web3 and with all the integration that's happening right now. So, guys, I would like to remind you all about the giveaway mechanics. We have one giveaway. That's the first one. Join the poll here down below. If you are still maybe watching this back later, you have still time to participate in the quiz here down below. You have time until 1 May. And within the quiz below, you stand a chance to win a $15,000 prize pool of Merle tokens and Unisat emblems. So that's very good. The second giveaway that we have, it's the Kobo NFT. In total, we will give away 3 NFT. And as you saw, we have listed 3 questions during this live stream, and answer those questions, and you would be able maybe to share the Kobo NFT. The last giveaway, and it's kind of a special one that we have. It's with the Bybit airdrop market. Participate in the quest there, and there you also have the opportunities to participate in an airdrop or to win other prizes that we are giving away with Bybit Web3. So make sure you are signed up with your Bybit Web3 wallet. Participate in the poll below, answer the live questions, and then I think you must be participate in all questions. Audience, people that are watching right now, please spam the like button for us. Let's show some love for the Bitcoin Layer 2 ecosystem. I would love to thank you all for watching and participating in this Bitcoin Layer 2 live stream. Alex or Jeff, Lorenzo, Layman, or Emily, any closing words that you would love to share here with the Bitcoin Layer 2 live stream guests?
Yeah, I'll go first. I think Bitcoin's ecosystem is still too early. Lots of users are still having bias, having questions and doubts, about Bitcoin ecosystems. So that's why I say it's too early. And we need more builders to come here. We need more users to understand, to trying to learn about what is happening in the Bitcoin ecosystems. So I think this, just early days, and we can build together, we can work together, and just make Bitcoin fun again in the future.
Thank you. Thank you. Lorenzo, any closing words?
Sure. Yeah, again, I think we are very lucky, very fortunate to be here talking about Bitcoin, the extension method, no matter in L2 or other methods. I think we are very fortunate here because for years, for more than 10 years, Bitcoin, the community is actually, there isn't so many activities here. For the Lightning Network or other protocols, we have seen years, but we didn't see such a noise that pushed the service fee, push the mempools, the transactions into such a level. I see these noises and the crowded or players and users and projects that we see this huge success for the ecosystem. And I think for the Bitcoin mainnet, we are going to build it as a whole system, including different protocols, different layer 2s, and probably different public chains integrate better with Bitcoin. I think the interoperability matters, and Unisat Wallet will build a better interoperability for these protocols and layer 2s. I hope, last words, I hope the Bitcoin can really become a system to support the real world economies. And I know that it would require a lot of works in coming years, and we want to do some work for that.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Thank you for being here today with us, Lorenzo, and I'm really looking forward to see all the developments of Unisat, of course. Layman, any closing words from O'Daily? Love to have you here today.
I think overall the prospects for the development of Bitcoin Layer 2 technologies and ecosystem projects are positive, with the potential to enhance Bitcoin's scalability enrich the ecosystem with diverse applications and improve users' experience. However, it's important to recognize the challenges posed by technological risks, user adoption, and education and sustainability. Whether as an investment institution or an individual participant, it is crucial to thoroughly consider these factors when investing in Layer 2 ecosystem projects and to implement appropriate risk management and strategic planning to ensure the sustainability and long-term returns of the investment. Right.
Thank you for being here with us today. Love to see you next time as well. Emily, any closing words?
Okay, I think before I go, maybe Alex can say the closing remarks first.
Of course, Alex.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, I agree with all the guests. I think the Bitcoin ecosystem is still very early, so there are much more potential in this ecosystem than all the others, I think. So I hope more builders, more like retailers came into this ecosystem. And also, when you're doing investment, you must balance the security and the rewards. Do your own research. The last word is like. Please support Merlin Chen, support Unisat, support Kobo, and also support FBTC. Yeah, we all like tech partners. So yeah, so time for Emily.
Okay.
Thank you, Alex.
So I think for Bitcoin Layer 2, of course, Bybit Web3 is ready. Merlin Chain is the first Bitcoin Layer 2 projects we collaborate with. And starting from the next month, we're going to roll out a Bybit Web3 Bitcoin Layer 2 season campaign. And for each week, the price pool going to increase as the events goes on. So which means on top of the ongoing campaigns, we also add on some more prizes and the rewards from the new partners who join for this Bitcoin Layer 2 season campaign. So stay tuned and make sure you have your Bybit Web3 wallet ready, and stay tuned for what we're going to do for you for next month.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you. Really looking forward to all developments from Web3. Everyone, thanks for participating in this live stream. Make sure that you create a Bybit Web3 wallet to be eligible for the giveaways. You can still participate while filling in the answers in the poll below. And I would like to thank you all for being here with us today. Looking forward to see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.